And welcome back to the channel where we talk about only good comics. I'm Brant, and this is Friday First. This is the series where I talk about new number one issues, new character debuts, new story arcs, and the like. So this episode is covering books that come out a couple of days after Christmas on December 27th and 26th, I suppose. So yeah, it's for next week's books, and we're going to talk about it. There's not a whole lot of books to talk about this week, but there are a few. So let's jump right in. First up is a book that I'm actually a little surprised that I put on my list, which is Deadly Hands of Kung Fu Gang War issue number 1. This was the one Gang War tie-in that I was kind of on the fence about, but all the other Gang War tie-ins have been really good. And Shang-Chi's involvement with this event kind of makes sense. And on top of that, we have Greg Pak writing this book. So it made it more interesting to me, all those factors involved. So I'm going to give this one a potentially good because if it's anything like the rest of the Gang War books, it's going to be a solid read. And yeah, I got my fingers crossed for it. I think it could be interesting to see Shang-Chi on that side of things. So we'll see how that all goes down. But for me, potentially good. This next one is interesting because I'm actually not going to be reading it just because I am way behind on everything Something is Killing the Children. But this is the latest spinoff or side story in the world of the Slaughters, um, in the world of James Tynion's Something is Killing the Children franchise. We've seen House of Slaughter, now we've got Book of Butcher, we've had Book of Slaughter as well. And so this is Book of Butcher number 1, taking place in that world, obviously. And it's leading into the 5th anniversary of the franchise, which is really cool. That's one thing that's on my list for Christmas gifts is definitely a volume 2 of Something is Killing the Children. I've only read volume 1, but I've been collecting the single issues since issue 25. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic series. And because of that, I'm giving this one a promisingly good because, same creator behind it, same world and everything. So it just seems like a no-brainer to me to recommend this one to you if you're a fan of Something That's Killing the Children. All right, it's time for our one and only shout out this week. This is Van Helsing Bonded by Blood number 1. This is from Zenescope Entertainment. And the reason that I'm shouting this out is because Pat Shand is writing this book. And Pat Shand used to, before he was known very popularly on Kickstarter, he did a lot of work for Zenescope and kind of reimagined their universe a little bit, recrafted it and everything. So seeing him return to one of these characters that that are in their stable was interesting enough. And Pat Shand is a really talented and creative writer, and very successful on Kickstarter. And he's in my circle. He's been on our channel, our group channel, a few times, and really nice guy. So always eager to shout out a book that Pat Shand is involved with. So check out Van Helsing Bonded by Blood if you're a Pat Shand fan or a Zenescope fan. Then we have Timeless number 1 from Marvel. This is written by the team that is doing Thunderbolts right now, the Captain America. It's Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. And this is kind of setting up the next year's kind of offerings from Marvel. And it's introducing a couple of new characters. Whether that means it's a key or not, I don't know. It depends on if these characters stick around, I suppose. But it's a brand new version of Moon Knight and a brand new version of Power Man that are in this. Power Man, the final living superhero, and Moon Knight is like this Stark Tech eternal god of the moon kind of character. So different versions of these characters, and again, it's setting up the stage. It's the setting stage for all that is to come in 2024. So it could be interesting. I'm going to give this one a potentially good because of that, and because of the creators, the writing team behind it. And I don't know, with these kind of one shots and stuff. You never know. I enjoyed the last one though, and it's finally we're finally getting to the point at the end of the year that they teased in that one. So hopefully this will give us some interesting stories to look forward to in 2024. Then we have World Tree number 6, obviously not a number 1 issue, but it is returning from a short hiatus, and this is a brand new story arc as we continue the story forward from where we left off. But it's, you know, technically the second act, I suppose you would say, for this book. So if you read the first 5 issues and you enjoyed those, you'll definitely want to pick this one up to, you know, go forward with the next stage of this book and to see where it goes. Mike Spider Slayer and I really enjoyed this book. It's a really creative, innovative idea where there's this, I forget what they call it. Maybe it's the undernet, or it's like, it's not the dark net. It's like this whole underside, like the upside down and Stranger Things version of the internet that's on the other side. And when you see it, it just kind of breaks you. And there are characters that have come from that side, and it's this sci-fi kind of murder mystery kind of thing. It's really interesting and really cool. So check it out. World Tree number 6 from Image Comics, and I am going to give this one a promisingly good because I enjoyed the previous 5 issues. So obviously I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this one. So we'll see what happens. And finally, without a doubt, my most anticipated comic next week, Duke number 1, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Tom Riley. This is from Image Skybound, and this is the brand new version of the G.I. Joe side of the Energon universe that's tied into, loosely, but tied into Void Rivals and Transformers. Specifically Transformers, we did see a glimpse of Duke in issue, I believe it was issue 2 of Transformers. And the preview for this has been really good, really intriguing. It's got me excited for this, as does Cobra Commander coming next month. But Duke, I'm a big G.I. Joe fan, going way back to when I was a kid. I love G.I. Joe, everything G.I. Joe. So I'm really excited about this and to see. And I also love Joshua Williamson's writing. So we're going to see what happens when Duke, the do-gooder, the by-the-numbers guy, goes off book and gets reprimanded for it, and what happens from that, and how that progresses his story forward, and how that's going to expand the entire G.I. Joe franchise. I'm really curious to see how they handle this version of G.I. Joe. I'm excited about it, and I cannot wait for it. So, you know, just because of my love for G.I. Joe, because of the creative team behind it, and all of that, and because I've enjoyed all the rest so far, I'm giving this one a positively good. There's no way this is going to be bad for me. Even if it is, it won't be, because I'm a G.I. Joe geek. So it is what it is, and I'm, you know, unabashedly admitting that to all of you. I'm going to enjoy this book, even if it's. But there's no way it's not going to be good. It's part of that whole universe that is just so good so far, and Joshua Williamson's behind it, and it's G.I. Joe. So, Yo Joe, Duke number 1, promisingly good. Before I leave you, I will give you one shout out for this week, which is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Black and White Edition number 1. So if you enjoyed this second crossover miniseries with the Power Rangers and the Turtles, and you love the art, you'll want to check this out because it's focused on the art. It's Black and White Edition. So the pure art of Dan Mora, who is a phenomenal artist. You'll get to see the pen and ink work of Dan Mora in this book. $4.99 price tag for this one, but this is your shout out. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Black and White Edition, issue 1. Man, that's a long title, but it's worth it because it's good. There you go. Check it out. And that's going to do it for another edition of Friday Firsts. Is it the last one? No, there'll be one more before the end of the year, so I won't say that yet. But It is the last one for now because we're all done. That's all the books. So that's all I got to say. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up because it really does help. And of course, if you'd like to see more content, you can hit that subscribe notification bell so you don't miss any of the content up on the channel, including daily shorts and occasional Let's Talk videos. And you can also, of course, follow me across social media at Only Good Comics. And to come right back here to this YouTube channel for more, you can go to onlygoodcomics.com and watch more content where we talk about only good comics. How many times can I say only good comics? Take care. If you celebrate, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Keep reading those comics.